Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another one of my Gay Gamer video podcasts. I know that it's been a while since I've posted one of these videos, but as you can see, I was busy packing to move into this new apartment. This may or may not end up being where I shoot future videos. I don't know. We're still figuring out where everything's going to go in this new place, so it's all just being flexible and changing as we go. But over the past month of February, I did not really have time to sit down to shoot videos and to edit videos to post to my YouTube. So on the other hand, I also wasn't really playing that much in the way of video games because it was kind of hard for me to justify taking the time out to play games and do stuff when there was packing to be done, because the move was going to happen whether or not we were ready. But I did actually achieve a little bit, and I got a new game. So I do have stuff to talk about. I mean, obviously I would have stuff to talk about. I haven't done one of these in a month, so even if I wasn't playing that much games, like, I'd have something to talk about. But basically, in the middle of February, towards the end of February, I saw that Mass Effect Andromeda was steeply discounted on the PlayStation Network. It was like $9.65 or something. It ended up costing, even with tax, it still wasn't even $10. And I thought, I should at least be able to get $10 worth of enjoyment out of this game. I mean, I'd heard some not great things about it, but then there were other people who were like, it's not that bad, it's just not great, it's not as polished and awesome as Mass Effect is, but it's still enjoyable. So I was like, for $10, why not give it a shot? So I did. But I didn't want to start that until I finished Skyrim. Obviously you can't really finish Skyrim because there's so much to do, and but I did notice that I was very, very close to the end of the main quest. So I decided to just go ahead and give it a shot. I didn't know if I was ready for it. I didn't know if I had a good enough armor or weapons. Like, I had wanted to try to get better armor and weapons before I tried to finish the game, but then I'm like, if I level up too much, then the other enemies will level up with me, and it'll just get harder, so let's give it a shot. So I did it, and I rode the dragon out there, and entered the, I don't know, afterlife dimension, whatever it is, and with the help of some other legendary heroes, beat the dragon and won the game, sort of. I mean, there's still more to do, obviously. It was also super annoying because the first time that I attempted to kill him, I feel like I got like really, really close. Like I got like over half of his health bar gone, and then I just died stupidly because the flame breath, and I just died, and I was like, dang it. And then I tried a bunch more times, and then I would die like really quickly, and I didn't even last that long. And I was like, oh my god, did I make a horrible mistake coming here and trying to do this now? I'm not ready for this. But then I was like, no, stop just throwing yourself at it, think strategically, because the problem is since it's an open world game, every time you do it, everything happens differently. You know, everyone does different things, and they all react, it's all just crazy. So you can't say, oh, well, the dragon's gonna go over here, so I'm gonna go over here. You know, if you go over there, he might come over here. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's all craziness. So I did try it a few more times, and then eventually I beat him. So, yay. And now I feel like Skyrim is something that I could go back to. Definitely got my money's worth out of that one. But there's a lot more quests that I could still go back and do, just for fun. But now I feel like I've finished the main quest, so it's okay for me to set it down for a while and to play something else, like Mass Effect Andromeda, which I wanted to make a male character this time, because I knew in the first Mass Effect, I usually try to make a character that looks like me, but then they usually end up not looking anything like me, and they look completely misshapen and horrifying. so I end up with a female character because I'm just like whatever. But here I was like, I want to try to make myself, and for whatever reason, like their presets were terrible, and then when I tried to customize it, I just felt like I couldn't change what I needed to change to make him look like me. But he ended up not looking like a hideous monster, like my first attempt in Dragon Age, so Christian Ryder is fine. He's relatively attractive, he doesn't look like a hideous monster, and I decided I'll just play the game with him, it's fine. The premise of Mass Effect Andromeda is you are a pathfinder who is tasked with finding new worlds for the human race and other alien races to settle and live on. And there's this space cloud that is like damaging all these planets. So you find these planets, they're not really livable, you have to kind of terraform them with alien technology, and then you're building up settlements, and then eventually I'm assuming I'm going to figure out what's causing the space cloud that's damaging the planets, and we'll solve that, and then everything will be hunky-dory, and we can all live in peace for a while. Well, until the sequel, that's not going to happen, because I don't think this did that well. And the studio shut down. But, like, it's a good premise for space exploration and adventure, but I now know what everyone was talking about. It's not necessarily a bad game. It's not badly made. Like, the skeleton of the game is fine. You know, the characters, the interactions and dialogues, and the action, the combat is all fine. Where it falls apart is just that it's not as polished as the original Mass Effect games. Now, I'm sure if I went back to play the original Mass Effect, it also would feel very unpolished. But the problem is that the last one we played was Mass Effect 3, which was super polished. And then people could complain about the story, because you couldn't complain about anything else. They polished everything else to a nice sheen. But with Andromeda, like, there's characters that are, like, super beautifully detailed modeled, standing next to, like, extras who are, like, barely defined. I noticed in a dialogue scene, like, there's background items on a shelf, some of which are super detailed, others are barely shaded polygons. You know, it's like, it's a little bit hit or miss with the graphics sometimes. And as far as, like, excuse me, sorry, I have a bit of a cold as well now. As far as, like, you know, the graphics and the animation, sometimes, like, characters will walk through walls and not interact with items properly. They'll, like, walk through vehicles and things, and one time somebody, like, just slid across the floor until they were in the right place for the dialogue, and I'm just like, woof. So it just feels, like, unpolished, unfinished, and a little buggy. Like, it wasn't quite ready for prime time. But it's not necessarily a bad game. And I'm still enjoying it. Haven't played it in a little while because of the actual move that happened, which meant I had no time for anything. Even though the television and the cable box and the PlayStation was, like, the first things that I set up. But it's not horrible, I guess. The thing is that kills me now is we're, like, getting towards the middle of March, and I feel like I've barely cracked the surface of Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, I've got a ways to go, and I don't feel like I'll finish this until, like, April sometime. And the problem is that Ni no Kuni 2 is coming out on March 23rd, and I'm like, oh, and it really hurts me, because I've been so looking forward to that, and I want to buy that and play that and enjoy that, but I'm afraid that if I put down Mass Effect Andromeda and go play Ni no Kuni, then I might not go back to Mass Effect Andromeda, which, because I only paid $10 for it, I feel like I've already gotten $10 worth of enjoyment out of it, but at the same time, I'd like to play more of it, and everything, so that's kind of killing me. So I feel like I might not get Ni no Kuni when it first comes out. I'm also hoping maybe there's, like, bad reviews for Ni no Kuni. No, I'm still going to get it, though, even if there's bad reviews. Unless they're, like, horrible reviews. But it's the kind of thing that makes me wish that Ni no Kuni was coming out on the Switch, because then I could justify buying it on the Switch, because I could play it on the train or wherever, and so I can play Mass Effect Andromeda at home, and I can play Ni no Kuni on the go. And then I can play both. Do you see how that works? It's like magic. No. So I do feel like I need to like push through Mass Effect Andromeda. I mean, obviously I'm not going to finish it by the 23rd, but maybe if I make more of a dent in it, I'll feel better about setting it aside for a few months while I play Ni no Kuni. I mean, it's a fun story. It's not like super compelling. I am enjoying. I was really disappointed because I had a super crush from the beginning of the game. I had a super crush on Liam. He was super cute, and then I had a dialogue option where I could flirt with him. So I tried flirting with him, and he immediately shut me down. He was like, "Nope, sorry, not interested, not my kind of thing." And I was like, "Dang it!" But then I met Gil, who has some wonky facial hair, but a cute British accent. And he was super flirty back at me. So I'm like, "All right, I think we have a romance option." Oh, I forgot. Before I sign off, I was about to sign off. My other complaint with Mass Effect Andromeda is not just the bugs and the glitches and the graphics and whatever and being unpolished. It starts out fine. It eases you into the adventure, teaches you the combat, although not great. I had to learn some things by checking into the options menu and checking the controls. It didn't exactly teach you everything, but it was okay. But I feel like as soon as you once you finish like the prologue section and you start like the main game, it piles everything on you. And it's like, okay, now that you are the Pathfinder and you're in charge, like here's where you can do online, here's where you can do like you can send out squads to do things on the side and then come back and get the rewards. Here's how you research new technology, here's how you build new technology, here's how you set up a colony, here's how you do this. And I'm like, dude, back off. Like, I am just trying to survive these missions and kill aliens and, like, not die. Like, I haven't upgraded my armor, I haven't really upgraded my weapons much, because it's, like, it was just all a lot, and there's a lot going on, and I feel like it went from 0 to 60, like, and it was a bit much, and I wish that it had eased in a little bit more of those RPG options. So it's a little bit too much for me right now, and I'm hoping that I don't necessarily need to do all of that stuff, because it's a lot, and it's a little overwhelming. So that is it for this week. I know I didn't even talk about the Nintendo Direct. Maybe I'll talk about it next week. There wasn't a lot in there that I was super psyched about. Everybody else is all Smash, and I'm just like, I don't play Smash or fighting games, so, I mean, you saw that video I did where they tried to teach me how to play Smash, and it did not go great. So, anyway, I'll see you back here next time. I should be able to get back on a schedule, so these could become more regular again. And I will hopefully see you then. Bye!